North Korea sent a strong message to the U.S. on July the 4th, when millions of Americans were celebrating Independence Day. The East Asian country successfully test-fired its first intercontinental ballistic missile, but there was another surprise in store for the U.S. Less than a month after the July 4th missile launch, Pyongyang successfully fired the second ICBM, which, according to the North Korean leader, put the entire U.S. in range. The launch caused quite a stir among U.S. officials, as many military experts confirmed the veracity of Kim Jong-un's remark. North Korea's second ICBM launch was followed by a frenzy of military and political activity by the U.S. and its allies in the region. While Congress slapped Pyongyang with fresh sanctions, Washington and Seoul immediately conducted a joint military exercise. The U.S. Air Force also conducted a test of an unarmed intercontinental ballistic missile in California. North Korea's missile launch and the ensuing U.S. actions have raised concerns that Washington-Pyongyang tensions could spiral into an all-out military confrontation, and a Republican senator's comments have fueled such speculations.
But every military expert says there is no good military option.
They're wrong. There is a military option to destroy North Korea's program and North Korea itself. He's not going to allow President Trump the ability of this madman to have a missile to hit America. If there's going to be a war to stop him, it will be over there. If thousands die, they're going to die over there. They're not going to die here. And he's told me that to my face.
Are you saying it's okay to use a military option that immediately endangers the lives of millions of people in that region?
I'm saying it's inevitable unless North Korea changes. There will be a war with North Korea over their missile program if they continue to try to hit America with an ICBM.
Senator Lindsey Graham, speaking of mass casualties, raises the question as to whether the world should be expecting yet another nuclear strike by the U.S. Let's not forget that America was among the several countries that did not sign the Treaty on the Prohibition of Nuclear Weapons last month.
This is another example of how the United States cares very little for the civilian lives of the countries that they invade. The war is acceptable to them because the majority of the deaths on the ground will be the North Koreans. It will not be American citizens. So this just shows that this whole desire to attack the DPRK is a big part of that is its complete disregard for the lives of innocent Korean people.
While some hawkish U.S. lawmakers and the president seem to be favoring a military response to what they call North Korea's provocations, Secretary of State Rex Tillerson has adopted a stance the absolute opposite of President Donald Trump's.
And we're trying to convey to the North Koreans, we are not your enemy, we're not your threat, but you are presenting an unacceptable threat to us, and we have to respond. And we hope that at some point they will begin to understand that, and that we would like to sit and have a dialogue with them about the future that will give them the security they seek.
Conflicting views between the U.S. President and his Secretary of State over the issue of North Korea are just the tip of the iceberg when one looks at the long list of Trump troubles.
There is a real desire for the U.S. to go to war against the DPRK, but I think in the end they really won't do it. The physical cost of a war against the DPRK would be astronomical. The DPRK has put a significant amount of effort into its own military to build a self-defense force.
And past experience shows crisis-hit U.S. administrations resort to military intervention in a desperate attempt to escape from the barrage of criticism over their job performance. And maybe this time the Trump administration is trying to use North Korea's missile program as an excuse to draw attention away from various issues which it has proved to be incapable of addressing.